On the search warrant affidavit from the Mar-a-Lago search, NBC News investigative correspondent Tom Winter is here. Tom, what do you got?
Lindsay, the judge overseeing the case and the search warrant involving former President Trump's property in Palm Beach, Mar-a-Lago, has agreed with news organizations, including NBC News, that parts of the search warrant affidavit, the underlying probable cause, the reason why the FBI was allowed to go in and search the premises, should be unsealed, and it should be unsealed by tomorrow at or before noon. The judge says that he's reviewed the Department of Justice's proposed redactions, finds that they are narrow enough, that they meet the specific criteria that he would need to see, that it would protect sources and methods, protect witness names, and also protect certain grand jury information under federal rules of criminal procedure 6E that has to do with grand jury secrecy. So those things will be redacted. There will be certain parts of that search warrant affidavit that we won't be able to see. How much of that we just don't know at this point, but we do know that tomorrow by noon, the Department of Justice is to file that redacted version publicly on the docket. It could happen at any time between now and then. And at that point, we should be able to glean a little bit more information potentially about what this search warrant was all about and what specific violations of law, again, potentially because we don't know what's been redacted here and what's going to be unredacted. But we should have a little bit more information as to what this was all about.
So, Tom, given your initial read of this order to unseal, which I have here, does this maybe make you think we might see a little bit more than we initially thought we would?
Yeah, I think so. Look, it's a quick two-page ruling from the judge, Bruce Reinhart. He's the magistrate judge who approved this search warrant in the first place. It's likely that we will see some more information, perhaps some background information, perhaps a better timeline here. That information should be public. So the back and forth between former President Trump's attorneys, the Justice Department, some of which has been reported out by this news organization and others over the course of the past several days in the last 2 weeks or so, all of that I would suspect would become public. Information as far as what was communicated involving the attorneys, yes, that should come out. I think there should be some other things that would be made public potentially here as far as the approval of the search warrant, when it was actually filed. So some additional details. How much beyond that is to the specific investigation and whether or not there's another component to it as far as was there any sort of malfeasance conducted by others? Was there any sort of information or any sort of potential violations by former President Trump? It's just not clear to me whether or not we'll see that. But no doubt a victory for the interveners in this case, which is NBC News, a number of our competitors, and a number of the major national news and newspaper outlets.